Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here. Well, as I promised, here is my taste testing for a couple of the blueberries that I noticed were ripe. So I have, in this pot right here on the end, I have blueberry BluGold. So basically this particular plant will have blue blueberries, but in the fall it said that the branches right here will turn a gold yellow color. So I'm just trying to get some of the grass out of the leaves, which I thought I had gotten it all, but all right. So there's a couple blueberries that are ripe, and it's a decent sized blueberry, so that's encouraging. I would probably say medium large. And I don't know if this one is fully ripe. Let's see if there's another one that might be a little bit riper. Oh, here we go. This one looks like it is. Oh yeah, this one's a little bit riper. All right, so they're pretty close to the same size. So I'd say medium to medium large. And let's give it a taste and see how it compares to some of my other varieties, which I don't like to compare my other varieties, but I am trying to find the blueberries that I prefer the most, flavor-wise. And every year the flavor is going to get better. So just don't give up on your blueberries the first year. It's definitely got a really good flavor. Almost reminds me of pine needles a little bit. So it's got kind of like a piney flavor to it to me. Everybody's going to taste things differently. But definitely blueberry flavor is very good. A little bit tartar, not as sweet, but it's got good flavor. So I'm excited to see how this is going to fare come the following year. So here's one that's just a little bit less ripe. I'm going to go ahead and try this one too. Yeah, I'm getting that woodsy, piney flavor in this one as well. I mean, I could be incorrect on that flavor note, but that kind of reminds me of pine needles. Like I've chewed on pine needles before in the past, and I don't really mind that flavor. So it's definitely got like a nice flavor to it. It's a good one. Would I say it's my favorite? Absolutely not. But it's got good flavor. So it's definitely a good berry, and it makes a good size berries, which is a plus. So a blueberry is a blueberry, right? Not always, right? I don't know. All the blueberries I've had so far are pretty good. I think since I've started getting more blueberries, I would have to say the sharp blueberry is probably one of my least favorite in my garden so far. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the other one that I noticed we had a ripe blueberry on is right here, and this is the Jubilee. Now, I do have, I think, 2 plants in this container pot, and they are getting big. They're taking over the pot. They're looking good. I got a lot of little berries back in here. You see all the little baby berries formed. And then right in here, there is a blueberry that's ripe right here. Now, I would probably wager to say that these on this berry bush right now, and I don't know if they're going to get bigger as they get older. I have noticed that with the pink lemonade is last year the berries were a decent size, and the year before that the newer bush, they were really small. So don't give up. They might get a little bit bigger as the blueberry bushes get a little bit older. So this year the Jubilee on my bush is, I would say, about the size of a large pea, and it is decent looking. Now it looks like it might not be fully ripe. I see some reddish hues in there. We're gonna go ahead and give it a taste test and see how it tastes, and then I'll wait and see about this blueberry bush. I've got a few more blueberries getting ready to be ripening here soon, so I will just let it get as dark as I can let it get, and then we'll pick another one and do another taste test. So this is a little bit less ripe, so let's go ahead and give it a taste. I like this one more than the BluGold. Good flavor, and it's not fully ripe yet. So this one's a keeper for sure. Flavor tones, you know, it's really hard to describe some fruit. It's definitely a blueberry, but it's got like its own flavor. So I don't know how to describe it other than it being a blueberry flavor. But as a blueberry goes, I would say that it does have a really nice complex flavor. So if you're wanting a blueberry that has a really good blueberry flavor but has its own depth, this one is really good. This one would make really great preserves on its own, I would say, and just have a blueberry jam just made with it. Each blueberry I have in this garden really stands on its own leg or legs, roots. They stand on their own roots. So I really like the Jubilee. I am so glad I picked up a couple bushes of that. And I don't think I'm going to be sorry about that one bit. I could definitely, out of all the blueberries I have in my garden, the blueberries that I could definitely part with right now, I would probably say after tasting just this year, I would definitely not feel bad parting with the Blue Sharp over on the end right over here, or even the piney notes of this one. I liked it, but I wouldn't mind parting with it. I would be okay with parting with that one. But I want to see how this one's going to develop. So we're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater on this one. We're just going to wait and see. Maybe next year it'll have even more flavor. So, I mean, it had good flavor, and I do like the fact that the blueberries are big. So that right there in itself is beating out the blueberry sharp. The fact that the blueberries are so big on this one. So I do like the bigger blueberries, but I also love the flavors of them. So far in the garden, the ones from this season, Patriot, Spartan, hands down, really great. Jubilee, really great. I do suspect that the blueberries will get bigger in the future on this one because it's just a young bush. And so we'll just have to wait and see. Now let's look at this one right here. And these aren't ripe yet, but this is the peach sorbet. And I just want you guys to see the color on these blueberries here. How beautiful are they? They have been just magnificent throughout this whole grow season. How they change their colors, and they just are always, the berries are always just kind of changing. So this is the peach sorbet, and it's looking great. Now the pink popcorn does have some blueberries on it, so I'm excited for those to get ripe this year. Also a very young bush. It was very, very small. It's had quite a bit of growth, vigorous growth, so I'm really pleased about that. And I'm looking forward to its growth. Now the other replacement plant that came, it's barely growing, and it never flowered out this season, so it's looking kind of sad. We'll just have to watch it and see how it does. So anyways, thanks for coming along for this taste test. Scores. Oh, I forgot to do the scores. So 1 to 5, a 5. Score on this one. Flavor and size and everything, I would say a 5 for the size. Flavor, I would give it a 3. Not the best, not the worst, but it's still really good. So I would say a 3, but I want to see how this one develops. Jubilee, size this year, I would give it a 1. It's on the smaller side. But for flavor, I give it a 5. So those are my rating scales for these particular bushes this year. We'll see how they do next year. I know that I was really surprised. I think this year I did do a rating on the Sharp Blue already, and the flavor on that one this year was really good. Last year it was not very good. And in fact, we've got another ripe berry, so let's go ahead and taste it again. And here we go. And I see another one. Really sweet this year. So flavor-wise, it's got your blueberry flavor. It does not really have a complex flavor to it this year. It's just a blueberry, in my opinion. I would say If you're going for sweetness, this one is very sweet. Pea size, medium small, not a very big berry. This is the Blue Sharp, and it is just, seriously, it's not very, it doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. At least not this year. I've never really noticed it having much of a flavor. It's been a meh. Blueberry. It's a blueberry. It tastes like a blueberry, but it just doesn't have very much complexity to the flavor tones of it. So definitely a sweetness. For sweetness, I would probably say a 5. For berry flavor, I would say a 1. For size, I'd also say a 1. So, yeah. And then I think I've noticed there was, I can't remember, but I think I mentioned when I tasted this one, there was really no sweetness. It was more tart. And then this one had a little bit of sweetness to it. So, yeah, maybe I need to include the sweetness into my reviews as well. Anyways, the Blue Sharp, again, is sweet. It's just a blueberry. So if you're just wanting a blueberry, it's good. But as far as having a complex flavor, there's really nothing there. So if you're a person who just wants a blueberry plant and you want it to be kind of sweet, that's definitely the berry for you. If you're not a person that's really into strong flavors and that sort of thing, then the Blueberry Sharp is a great one for you. That's what I would say. Now again, all of my blueberries are grown in container pots, and people like to point that out in my videos. Hey, your berries, your bushes, everything's in container pots. That's because I'm a renter, okay? And I want to take my berry bushes with me. Once these berry bushes go into the ground, the flavors may be completely different. They may be way better. And that would probably be the wager I would go with, is that once these berry bushes and trees and stuff go into the ground, their flavor is going to just knock my socks off. I just have a feeling that it's going to be drastically different, you guys. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, coming along for my journey on tasting things. I know it's a bit long of a video for a taster testing type video, but I'm long-winded. What can I say? I'm sorry, not sorry. Each to their own. Y'all take care of y'all selves. And thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click that bell button. You guys, as always, love what you grow and grow what you love. Have a wonderful day. And God bless.